truth.
Hey guys, it's Shye and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be going over the balance changes for the next update, and the reason why I am making a separate video of this because of how I would say important these balance changes are, especially for one of the champions. I personally find it very confusing, and I'm actually just going to put in a clip of someone else talking about it because I think they made more sense even though I still didn't understand it. But I'm still going to try and understand it, and I will make a video when the new update is out covering that specific champion and hopefully debunking any sort of confusion during that video. I'm not sure if I would, but we will see. So with the first champion, it's only a small one, very quick, and it is Androxus. So with one of his cards, Quick Draw, instead of increasing your maximum ammo by 1 per level, it will now heal you for every hit that you get with your revolver by 15 per level. So instead of you having the max ammo increased, it will just give you a little bit of heals for every shot you get with your revolver by 15 per level. This is similar to Tiberius' card that heals you for each chakras or chakrans, I don't remember. For each chakras you hit, for each enemy you get healed. So that's a very similar thing. I kind of do like that, but I'm going to be a bit annoyed because obviously with Quick Draw, that's the the card I go for, just have a bit of extra ammo. I don't really like the other card that gives you ammo regen for your dashes. That's my personal preference. Everyone have a different sort of style they like to play, but my style is more max ammo and a bit of heals. The next champion is Furia. And by the way, I won't be doing befores and afters. I feel like just having a little talk on what I feel about each champion. That's what I'm going to do. If you do want me to do a before and after, let me know in the comments below. With Furia, with her talent Exterminate, the additional damage is no longer 100%, it is now 75%. This is a very good one because, as you all know, Furia's Exterminate is extremely powerful. Combined with a card that gives her extra stun duration, it can literally destroy most champions in the game apart from tanks really. And even if it's with tanks, it still deals a lot of damage. I even did a video covering Furia Exterminate and it was horrendous. It was very bad. And the fact that she was able to kill most of the damages, flanks and supports was crazy, and I am happy that she is getting a nerf with this just to make her a little bit more balanced. I feel like with the balance changes here, it makes sense. Like none of them I feel like they were too mean or too easy on them. Apart from Androxus, I do feel like he deserved a bit more of a nerf. Rather than having one of his cards change, I feel like either his damage should go down or the damage drop off should be changed, because he deals a lot of damage, I must say. Now the most complicated one I personally feel is Grohk. So Grohk's healing totem, his ability healing totems, cooldowns now occur simultaneously. I still don't understand what it means, so here's a little clip of Nico explaining it. Hopefully it makes sense for you guys.
Well, we are about to be riding the lightning, riding the storm here. So Grohk cooldowns for healing totem now occur simultaneously, and I have a little bit of commentary on that, and then an example to. I know we don't have the lower part for this, but it is on the patch notes show. I did want to give a shout out to this change. So previously, Grohk could use both charges of healing totem right away, and then there would be the full cooldown for a healing totem, and then another full cooldown for a healing totem before you get both charges back. With this change, Grohk can use a healing totem and use another healing totem immediately, and then each of those healing totems will have a separate cooldown, a separate charge, so that in the same interval between using that 1 and 2, you will also get them back at the end of that 1 and 2. So this is going to see a big power spike for Grohk right now. We do know that he's going to be in a strong state, especially I believe for probably our first PTS update. So I'm really counting on you guys to provide feedback on how this feels. And
so yeah, I tried listening to it and I still don't understand it fully. Probably I need to see it in action to understand it. But what it says here is that previously Grohk could use both charges of healing totems one right after the other, but only one charge's cooldown. Oh, now I get it. Yeah, that kind of makes sense now. Okay, let me just read what it says here. So it says previously Grohk could use both charges of healing totems one right after the other, but only one charge's cooldown will be ticking down at a time, with the second cooldown waiting to start until the first one finishes. Now each charge of healing totem will start its cooldown immediately on use, rather than waiting for the previous one to finish. Okay, now it makes a lot of sense. Now reading it and visualizing it, it makes a lot more sense. So Ruckus is a similar champion to what they're talking about here. As you know, when Ruckus uses his Rocket Barrage, he gets an immediate cooldown of, I believe, around a couple of seconds. And with each Rocket Barrage, it will have that same cooldown. So if you do 3, the other 2 will be a cooldown of 5 seconds. And then if you use the last one 3 seconds in, the first one will be a 2 seconds cooldown, including the second one as well, so you get those 2 charges up already, and then the third one will be like another 3 seconds for you to wait. So that's essentially how it's going to go. Instead of it going, oh, you have to use all 3 to get the cooldowns, each one will have its own individual cooldowns, which is a lot better. It does make, I believe that I'll call that a buff to Grohk, as you don't have to no longer wait another few seconds for that one that you placed down like 10 seconds ago. You will have that one ready again once you put your second one down, or if you're going for the other talent, you'll have your third one as well, making him a lot more powerful. So very nice buff, and I'm happy they considered that, as other champions like Ruckus himself can also do the same thing. The fourth champion, my mistake, is Grover. So Grover, this is going for his ultimate Whirlwind. There is a times where you will actually use your ultimate as Grover and you're low, bearing that in mind, and then you instantly die once using ultimate, and it goes straight down to 0%, which is probably the most annoying thing ever. Now, activating Whirlwind will only expend 20% of your ult charge, meaning you have 80% left. So if you do die immediately, you have 80% of your ult charge. And as you'll know, Grover regenerates his ult quite quickly, so you can also use the ult again in like 20 seconds from now after you have died, which is definitely a massive buff for him, and it makes him a lot better. They did something similar to Grohk as well, and Ruckus, but not with the expending. It means that it doesn't consume all your ult charge immediately like it does with Grover now, and I feel like it is a lot better. It makes more sense, if that makes sense, and it's not so annoying when you do die as Grover when you're using your ult. Another thing, once those 20% has been expended, once you immediately start your ult, continuing using your ult will deplete it down to 0% once it's done. That means if, let's say, someone's low and you use your ult and they're back to full health, you can cancel it and get 40% of your ult wasted, for example, or you can have 40% left, 50% left, etc, etc, meaning that there's not so much you have to do in order to get your ult again. It is very quick and simple. Really like that. And it says here 100% ultimate charge is required for activation, which is obvious. A nerf for Grover now is his deep roots reduce maximum bounces from 5 to 3, which is a nice nerf. I feel like it's a lot more fair. His roots is very annoying. I don't play Grover as much, so I can't really speak for everyone, but I do feel like this nerf is necessary and I like it. Next champion is Kinessa, and this is with one of her cards, True Grit, which everyone goes for. Hitting an enemy with a fully charged sniper shot now heals you for 50 per level rather than 100 per level. Most people do go for True Grit at level 4, so instead of it healing for 400 now, it will heal for 200. So if you want to go for max, you only be able to get 250. I'm not sure people will still use this card. I highly doubt it. They might use they might replace it for Life Rip instead, and just put another card in that they feel is a lot more valuable, to her deck rather than the true grit now. Not 100% sure. I personally might get rid of it and replace it for something else, but I would like to hear what you guys think about that. Lex, his card, the Hunted, which is probably, I would say, the most important card for him when you're going for discovery mainly. He now gains 5% lifesteal against your retribution target rather than 10%. So obviously max level is going to be 25% rather than 50%, because it was horrendous. I'm going to be honest, when I used to play Lex, having a 50% lifesteal was very unfair, and it did mean it was a lot easier for Lex to kill targets rather than them to kill Lex himself, unless you have Core Rush 3 and you can properly aim and maneuver yourself around without Lex hitting you a lot. It was very annoying, and I'm happy that they have changed it, because he needed a nerf. He really needed a nerf. Next thing I do hope is that they reduce the damage buff on discovery from 30% to maybe 20-25%. I feel like having that much damage, increased damage, is a bit unfair. Moving on to Octavia. So this is two things, and that's mainly with a marksman rifle only. So when you're using designated sights, the damage has been reduced from 500 to 425. I've said this when I started playing Octavia, she needed that nerf. She was very powerful and she was very annoying, and she can deal more damage than Androxus can deal. Like, if you go one-off with Androxus, you can actually kill him faster than he can kill you. And that is with most champions. You can actually kill them a lot faster than they can kill you as Octavia. And from when I saw that, and when I witnessed it playing Octavia myself, I too said she needed a nerf. Even though I do love Octavia a lot, I feel like that damage is a bit too high. I feel like 425 is a bit more fair, and it would mean that she can still do good, but she's not OP. Also, they reduced the bullet spread and recoil. Makes more sense, of course, if it's doing so little damage now. Having the less recoil and bullet spread will make it a little bit more fair. And also reduce damage fall off at extended range. Overall, a really good nerf for Octavia, and it's a lot more fair. I'll say that they did a nerf and a buff, so I'll say it's a balanced change, I must say. It's not really a buff or nerf, I'll call it a balanced change there. With a hip fire, they increased the damage from 200 to 250, increased the accuracy from 89% to 94%, and increased damage fall off. Again, with her marksman rifle, they just balanced it. Nothing too much of a nerf or buff, they just balanced it there. Tiberius is the second to last champion. His heavy blade reduces slow from 50% to 30% and reduces slow duration from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. Tiberius can still deal a lot of damage, as they didn't really change his weapon outcome. Nothing has changed with the damage, so not really much to say about this one. Don't really play Tiberius as much as well, so if you do play Tiberius, do let me know what you think about this nerf. Is it fair, or is it like, you know, he needed that nerf? It's similar to, I believe they did it with Pip as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like they did. And then finally, with Zhin, his talent guillotine, they butchered him. I'm going to be honest, they butchered him in this one. So the reduced damage is now from 25% to 20%. And just a little backstory if you don't know guillotine. Guillotine means that it takes off 20, well in this scenario, 20% health per swipe of the sword. Essentially killing anyone unless they have damage reduction. And now it removes the ult charge rate as well. So with Guillotine, he has 15% ult charge rate, but now they're removing that 15%, which is quite funny. They really just butchered Zhin here. Zhin is a very powerful champion, and if played well, he can do really well, and he's a very annoying. So it makes sense why they made that nerf, but I feel like they shouldn't have removed the ult charge rate, because if that was the case, they should have removed it with Koga as well, and also I think there's someone else, but I just completely forgot who it was. But yeah, they should have done that with Koga as well if they're going to do that, because Koga also has an increased ult charge rate with Blood Reaper. But that's my own opinions. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, and I would definitely love to read them. Other than that, that is the end of today's video. I do love the balance changes here. It actually makes sense and is very fair, and there's nothing too out of the ordinary or too much. Apart from the Zhin a little bit, but I do feel like there was a reason behind that. He's very annoying and powerful and kind of deserved that nerf. But anyways, hopefully you guys have all enjoyed today's video. Comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye bye.